Hello everybody and welcome again to another episode of Star Citizen FM, episode 20. My name is Dr. Hawk and I will be guiding you through today's episode. Lo and behold, we actually have passed a milestone. Yeah, well, not really. I actually just realized last time that somebody corrected me that I said 20 is a quarter. Yeah, as you now all know, Hawk failed math and should not be trusted with anything mathematical, so thank you guys for correcting me on that. I felt very smart after that. But alas, let us get on to the show. In this week's show, it's going to be fairly short. Again, work has been keeping me busy, so I apologize. However, I have something planned tomorrow on Monday that should make up for it, so I hope you guys do forgive me. But without further ado, here is a recap of Wingman's Hangar, episode 21. In this week in review, Travis Day, an associate producer for Activision, has joined the team. Now, what exactly this would entail for the crew is unknown. There are people who could say questionable things about Activision, and on the flip side, there are people who could also say commendable things about Activision. Before you all get your swords and pitchforks, it's a very successful company, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So Travis Day hopefully can bring some very enlightening knowledge to the crew and help CIG plan for the future ahead. Also, to any of you that are planning to make a fan site, which is something I'm starting to realize maybe I should do for SCFM. There are now fan kits released for Star Citizen that are pre-approved and sanctioned by the CIG crew. So get to it, make your Star Citizen / sites, and yeah, sexy prawn / yeah, no, come on guys, let's keep it real. The more fan sites the better, and who knows, you might just see the fruit of your labors, and if anything, create another great community source and bring more people to Star Citizen. To anybody that's been paying attention to Wingman's weight, he has now gone down from 236 to 216. That is pretty much a whole 15 pounds right there. That is equal to a very small turkey, a very large cannonball, or, well actually, yeah, a cinder block is about 15 pounds too, so try to comprehend that and just imagine carrying that around a bit and then lose it. So give Wingman a high five, or a paw five, or a wing high, or whatever the hell you give him, and eventually once he reaches his target weight, we are all to send him scotch, whiskey, vodka, rum, and maybe even a little beer of every single type known to man. So Wingman, we applaud you. Looking forward to seeing more, and you have a high five for me included. Great work, and looking forward to more. Also, another note to anyone who wants to see some of the pre-visualization of Stanton, the Montreal crew has been hard at work providing the community with something to look at. So if you'd like to go see what Stanton looks like, and maybe get a little bit more into the lore of Star Citizen, go check that out in the comm link. There should be a link above right now, like that little box that just appeared, so you can click that and go check out Stanton. And lastly, we were teased with a little bit of the Wingman nose cam. The highlight of this little nose cam being the hard work from Zane Bien, one of the former interviewees I've had on the show, and a very talented young man and individual. If you've been looking closely at some of the things that he's been teasing and some of the above footage shown, it's actually looking quite amazing. Lots of an improvement of what we already have. So when this launches, either be it when the 24-hour live stream happens, or either slightly earlier or after, it will be a very welcome change, and I'm pretty sure the community will welcome it with open arms. So Zane, your work is looking fucking awesome, man. Great work. Very proud of you. You get a hug from the Hawk. And that pretty much wraps up our week in review. So let us move on to forum feedback. This week's forum feedback, as usual, contained a collection of amazing questions and interesting answers. Our first one came from Gregor M, wanting to know if the AMX-1 repair droid will be a hangar feature or if it will be more like R2-D2 and constantly aboard the ship helping you repairing things and beeping in your ear at the inappropriate times. According to Eric, it will be with you provided you have the room in your ship. If you don't, you will be SOL. However, upgrades are there to make it more effective at what it does. This could probably be anything from enhanced repair speed, more repair capability if it's maybe powered and you only get so many uses, or just upgrades that I can't yet think of with my simple bird brain. This is actually kind of similar to previous Chris Roberts games like Privateer, which I've actually just recently been playing. So if anything from the past is an indication, I'm pretty sure that the repair droid will be just something there sitting in the back, fixing things while you continually break your ship, and it silently curses at you for doing so. Mark Eben wanted to know if we were going to have a library allowing for an Arduino chip to have dialogue with the CryEngine. And look at the video above, because this is pretty cool. This would allow makers to build a physical cockpit with LEDs, switches, and encoders. So pretty much for anybody that has a mass amount of disposable income and wants to make their own authentic Hornet cockpit, can we do it? Eric does say that this is a badass idea, and they would like to see this kind of immersive work and effort, possible. That the fruit of your labors, you could do this. The issue is that it's all a matter of time. So TBD to be determined until we know further. But from what he has said, this could be something we see after release. So don't be worried about pissing your cornflakes yet, because I'm pretty sure we'll see something like this later on. Hackadeck wanted to know if the new RSI website will go live at the same time as the 24-hour live stream starts. Barring any delays or anything, as far as Eric's concerned, yes, the 24-hour live stream will be set to go with the launch of the website. And being that it is a fan community, etc. event, be ready to have some fun, have some videos, and have some drinks maybe, and just prefer to have some fun. So I'm pretty sure that when that website goes up and we log in and we see it, there's going to be fun to be had. Peas wanted to know, would I be able to link forum gallery art, or any sort of art, to my hangar? This actually sounds cool, and according to Eric, you will be able to, or at least they'd like you to. There's the issue if somebody decides to put up their, bondage porn on your banner. I don't know if anybody wants to look at that, and it probably goes against the TOS, or at least will go against the TOS. So the intent is there. They'd like you to, show your art, so probably like a clan emblem, etc. But for those that, might turn this into hentai in space, yeah, oh, please. So I don't know if they'll moderate it or if they'll find something to regulate it, but hopefully they figure that out, because I would love to have emblems of Battletech in space. Why not? Makes sense to me. Gax Animal wanted to know if we will be able to create custom jobs, orders, and assassinations. Eric went on to say that yes, this is part of the fun, hits, jobs, etc. The users are going to be able to drive the lore and universe. And now this is where it gets interesting to me. The users are going to drive the lore and universe. Given that we don't know much about the story yet of Squadron 42, or what exactly they plan to do story-wise in the persistent universe, this is starting to sound to me, and bear with me, more and more like EVE Online. And I know people don't like making the parallels to EVE Online, but given that, they keep trying to push for that user-driven universe, I don't know, I'm actually getting excited. If they can make a better version of EVE, I am all for that. And we have talked about this issue before. And hell, even Eve had the contract system, so if we could do the same thing here, why not? It would be very fun to have Alarix and the contract hit against Dr. Ha. You know that would be bad. That man has that. Ugh. Aquila has too many friends. I didn't say anything. Frederick K. came up with another question, wanting to know that pretty much if any person is not wearing a spacesuit in space during a hull breach, etc., you're pretty much fucked. You're dead. Rage quit life. GG. If we were able to wear regular clothes in ships, you would be killed. Is there any benefit to going suitless, or is it all going to be regulated to stations and being planet-side? As far as we can tell from according to Eric, the spacesuit is there for your safety, so we're pretty much going to be stuck with them. As far as customization and what we will be able to do with them, I cannot yet answer that, but I'm pretty sure that there will be options there for people who want to accessorize them, so to speak. Our next question comes from Jit86, wanting to know if there will be different species other than humans to choose from. Sadly, not right away. We will be playing humans pretty much in the beginning and probably after the release of Star Citizen, but provided that SC sticks around for a bit, and I really don't see why it wouldn't. Eric says that there is the possibility that there will be other races, but until the human storylines or whatever are worked out, we're probably going to be stuck with humans. So Zane, no space raptors for you yet. You have to wait. And Coral wanted to know if we are flying multi-crew ships solo, will we be able to hire an NPC crew to help man the ship? What about NPCs to work in the manual turrets? For some reason, I'm pretty sure this question has been asked before, but whatever. Yes, NPCs will be able to do this. In fact, one of the other things that he said that pretty sure he's answered, like I said before, but they will be rated too. This actually reminds me of Dragon's Dogma's pawns system. So it'll be interesting if you could either make your own NPCs or just there'll be one sitting around. So a 5-star elite, Black Ops, whatever the hell is named, to the half-a-star drunk addict in the street with a needle sticking out of his arm. So it'll be interesting to see how they play with that. And our last question comes from Kinshadow, wanting to know that when we find an asteroid base, can we install stealth modules to hide it? So I'm thinking something like the Death Star or something, but cloaked. Unfortunately, no. We will not be able to make our invisible space stations. We will be able to kit the hell out of them, apparently, and put guns and everything to defend them, but we will not be able to hide them. The focus of the game will be conflict. And yeah, damn it, there goes my ideas for a hidden radio station, but I don't know, I'll figure something out. So sorry, Kinshadow, no stealth bases for you. And that pretty much wraps up our forum feedback. Let's move on to the MVP with Brittany. CCC Dauber, I apologize. You are the MVP of the week with your post of if CIG offered ships, which would you prefer? The two currently leading are a deep space explorer and electronic warfare ship. So if you'd like to add to this forum post, I highly suggest you do so. And again, try to keep it civil for the mods and that. Debates are good, fights are not. Also in wide world news, to anyone that has been interested in seeing a warp drive in the foreseeable future, or maybe, again I can't guarantee that, warp drives are a possibility with new findings. The previously needed antimatter required for such possible warp was estimated to be around the size of Jupiter. However, with some mathematical magic, you only apparently need about 500 grams. I enjoyed this little segment there, but as he pointed out, how are we going to safely store 500 grams of antimatter? 1 gram of antimatter is supposed to be equivalent to a nuke, or apparently so. I really don't want to see what 500 grams does. So, great job, guys. GG. I'm all for warp travel. I want to explore the stars, but let's focus on not exploding Earth. That would be bad. Aside from that, from semi-sci-fi, semi-real, in this week in space, not particularly today, May 14th, 1973, to anyone that is, well, it's beyond me, Skylab was launched. Despite suffering severe damage, it was used only 11 days later and helped mankind discover a lot more about zero-G exposure, science and space, etc. My notes really need some work. Unfortunately, Skylab eventually fell back to Earth after its decaying orbit, and then this happened shortly before the shuttle program itself was launched. Regardless, Skylab marks one of the first habitats in space used by man and a milestone in the space exploration program. Also, our weekly weather wizard, geez, how does Wingman say that so fast? Pete Mackey needs Xanax. Apparently Spider is a very depressing place to go, so actually no, just send him booze. You guys should just go send him some booze. And that pretty much wraps up Wide World News. The last part of the show had the interview with Brittany Godfrey. Some of you should be familiar with this awesome lady. You should all be giving her high fives every time you email her. She is the customer service rep extraordinaire, and she's also the lab. Psst, I didn't say anything. Nope, didn't say anything. So, when she's not disarming people with her awesome looks, yeah, she's just being awesome. Go check out the interview in the com link above and tell her what you think of her in the next email, because I think I will myself, and give her a compliment, because she is awesome. Everyone give her a compliment. And that pretty much wraps up Wingman's Hangar, episode 21. Again, I apologize, guys, for being short. I know I don't have my usual meaty interview lined up. Things are busy, but I plan to rectify that with my little surprise for you guys tomorrow on Monday. It should be up around 9 p.m. my time, Mountain Standard Time, 7. So if it's not, somewhere around that time frame. So I do hope that I can make up for it. Again, I'd like to make my usual announcements. If you enjoy Star Citizen FM, please do subscribe. To any of you that ever noticed, my little name pops up with a little box. Click on the box to check out my channel. I'm starting to do more Let's Plays, or at least trying to keep my account interesting and fun to look at when I'm not producing SCFM. So subscribe, like, favorite, whatever you deem is worthy of my work. I appreciate everything, and I read all your comments, and I have fun doing this. I do it for you guys. Also, any clan leaders, people of note in the community, people not of note in the community, I don't care. If you would like to talk on SCFM or have an interview of sorts, I would gladly talk to you. Or if you would like me to spotlight your clan, let me know at lucas.g.drhawk@gmail.com or at starcitizenfm@gmail.com. Again, I implore you guys to do this because I have no problem doing it now, and honestly it makes good filler and interesting conversation and things to go over when news is slow. And lastly, I'd like to bring up the issue with my lateness and tardiness, all asking that you guys might in the future have to bear with episodes that are not released on Sunday or Monday. My work schedule has shown lately that there might be days where I just work straight through the weekend and into the following week. So I will have to find a way to make it work, but do know I don't plan to miss an episode for you guys, so even if it is late or early, I will endeavor to make sure you guys have your dose of Star Citizen FM. So again, thank you guys all for watching. This is Dr. Hawk, wishing you guys to take care and fly safe. And remember, keep an eye out on Monday. I will have a surprise for you guys. And no spoilers.